Hi, so I am in the midst of getting ready, as you can see, but I wanted to just talk a little bit about my content journey because I feel like it's been such a long process throughout the way, and I feel like there's so much misconception where a lot of people who maybe don't create content see it as the easiest thing to do in the world. And while it may come a lot more maybe easy to someone else, my journey has been far from that. And mind you, I'm a baby influencer, or I'm a baby content creator. I don't even want to say influencer. I don't know, I just don't really vibe with that word. But I create content around bilingual speech therapy, mom life, a lot of self-reflection, mindset, blah blah blah. And really, I don't I feel like sometimes it can be even a little hard to narrow down what I like to post about, because in my ADHD brain, I'm like, I want to post all the things. I want to talk about hobbies. I want to talk about literally everything. And so but today I want to talk specifically about kind of the mental piece of creating content, or at least again how it has been for me in my process, because girl, it has not been easy. Mind you, I actually used to interview celebrities when I was 12, from when I was 12 until I was 18. And I know I always get a lot of questions like, how did you do that? But honestly, that's a video for another day, because I can go on for a long time about that as well. But yeah, so like, I don't know, I feel like being in front of the camera has definitely come natural for me in many ways. I love being in front of the camera. I love sharing. Like, I'm the type of person that if you see me in person and you're like, girl, I love your shirt, I'm like, I got it here, I got it, Marshall, I got it here. And I genuinely love sharing my feedback about things. So the whole creation of the content, the talent behind the content, I feel is the easiest part for me. And if I'm being honest, I'm so grateful to God, because I truly believe that every single person has their own set of talents and dreams that he puts in our hearts. And one of the things that actually comes pretty easily for me is creation of content. And I feel like some people, sometimes I hear like, oh my God, how do you even come up with what you're gonna say, blah blah blah. And honestly, like I said, I'm grateful that I feel like that's the easiest part for me. However, you can have all the ideas and all the talent that you want in the world, but if you don't have the execution behind that, that's where it gets difficult. Because that's actually why I started a series here on YouTube, and I'm actually slowly spreading it across other socials. But it's called Diary of a Content Hoarder. And that is because, girl, I have so many ideas, so many videos that have sat literally collecting dust for years. Like, I actually, like on TikTok, on my phone, I have a whole like managed storage, because you have too many drafts and we can't upkeep. And if you actually go back into my notes, I have receipts where I have years and years of, like, from one specific content pillar, I have like 30 ideas, many that I haven't even recorded yet. Mind you, I'm sitting on a whole crap load of content already. So when I say, I'm actually gonna put this on because that makes sense. And yes, I do have my extensions on. Aren't they so cute? But yeah, so like I said, for me, creating the content has come easier than other aspects of it. Now, what is the hardest part for me? It's the editing. Now, what's the hardest part for me, girl? Is the editing. The editing. I don't know why I have so much resistance to editing. Like, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me because it's like I I enjoy what I'm creating as I'm creating it, and I literally can see what it's supposed to look like, which that has got me in trouble, because I'm like, oh, it's supposed to look like this, and then I think of it from like what the audience wants to see and how it should be. And when you add in that I'm a perfectionist and have ADHD, it's like recipe for disaster. And so yeah, I just feel that it's really difficult for me sometimes, and that's where I get very frustrated, because I'm like, okay, I'm talented, I know, and again, I feel that everyone is talented in their own ways, but I'm like, I know my strengths, and it's like sometimes I can't get to that vision that I see of where I want my content to go and who I want to show up as. And I actually made another video for YouTube about this, which already has been posted, but I just feel like I need to talk about it more. You know what I mean? It's like I've learned in this process that I have to let go of what I think it's supposed to look like, because that and the thing is, like, when you ask me, I can't even put it into words. I can't even tell you, like, this is what it's supposed to be and this is however many followers. Like, I just feel that I'm supposed to share me with the world. And that's something that God has placed in my heart. But at the same time, that's what keeps me back, because I'm like, okay. And I feel like that's what hinders me sometimes, because in me trying to chase that vision or whatever that I think it is, it's like I feel like I'm trying to take control of what God has placed in my heart. And the truth of the matter is that I need to let go and let God, literally. Like, I need to kill, my therapist said, you need to kill that seed, you need to kill that dream so that God can plant what He wants for you. And it's been really hard. Like, I actually tried to, at one point, I tried to journal to my inner teenager and tell her, like, hey, that dream that you thought you were going to have of X, Y, and Z, because, by the way that I left interviewing was kind of traumatic for me, and it's been a process of a lot of grief that I feel like I'm still working through, or I've, like, definitely gotten closer to coming to terms with in therapy, but it's been many years since that point. So I feel like it's all convoluted, and now it's like I literally I said copy and paste to that dream that I had as a teenager onto my content, and it's just becoming a shit show. And so yeah, I don't know. This is kind of like a ramble sesh, but it's basically me just saying to you, if you are a content creator, that sometimes you just have to kill that dream, kill what you think it's supposed to look like, kill what you think your journey needs to look like, and literally focus on one video at a time. Because what I've noticed, as I have kind of stopped focusing on the Mount Everest vision and started focusing more on, like, the video by video process, I'm actually becoming more authentic in what I want to talk about, because I'm not basically curating myself for that vision. I am more like, okay, this is what I want to talk about. Like, I love Hello Kitty. I love American Girl. I'm not just a speech therapist. I'm not just a mom. I'm a bunch of other things. And it's like, I want my content to authentically reflect me, because, again, I want to get paid for doing this. I always pray I want to get paid for being myself. And then last therapy session, I realized I'm not even being myself on camera. Like, I am heavily curating myself because I don't want the fillers, the likes, the the you knows, and all that. And it's like, in me doing that, I'm not being myself. So how can I pray that I want to get paid for being myself if I'm not even doing that to begin with? You know, like, make it make sense. So, long story short, as we are approaching this new year, this new 2026, hold on, I need to get my eyeliner. But yeah, as we are approaching this 2026, I am redefining my goals. I am redefining what I think I want to focus on, my metrics, because that's one thing. Again, like I said, this journey has definitely been a process, and I've been redefining different aspects of my content journey in bits and pieces through therapy. And one realization that I had the other day was that I need to change my metrics, because my metrics have been, how is this going to perform? How many likes did it get? And while it is very hard to stray away from that, because as content creators, that's what we're kind of taught that brings value, or yeah, that I guess defines the value to your content. But what I'm realizing is that I need to change my metrics, because I've been operating on a whole new other, well, no, let me repeat that. I've been operating on a whole different OS. And when I had this realization of, instead of me focusing on, is this going to bring viewers? how is my engagement, how many likes did I get, how many reposts. I need to think about, is this representing me? Is this fulfilling me? Is it fun for me? Does it represent who I am truly as a person, and is it adding value? And I think putting all the pieces, sorry, give me a second. Putting all the pieces of, they're not the same. I need to stop talking for a second. Some days are good eyeliner days, some days are not. I think this is good enough. What do you think? I think it's fine. Yeah, so in redefining those metrics, starting off with this different mindset of focusing on per video, focusing on not having to edit myself and just being myself, actually fillers and all, messed up hair. And I think that's subconsciously giving me the green light to just continue posting content, because like I said before, you can have all the ideas you want, you can pray for content pillars to appear, you can pray for all these things, but if you're not posting content, girl, it's all just gonna sit there in your feed, in your, what is it, storage, whatever you want to call it. And that's where I am. Like, it all comes down to, I want to get paid for what I love to do, which is creating content. And if I want to do that, I need to be seen by brands. And if I want to be seen by brands, I need to post content. And none of that is going to happen if I don't take action. Because listen, at the end of the day, God can give you the talent, God can give you the time, God can give you all the things. But if you are not taking action and you are not preparing for the blessings that you are praying for, you know what I mean? Fill in blank. So yeah, I'm excited. I also feel like coming together with a group of girls every Sunday where we talk about our content. And I'm actually going to tag her because we have season 2 coming up and she is amazing. I'm going to tag her here. And she's actually going to start YouTube soon. So I'm excited for that for her. And yeah, just finding my little community of content creators has been exciting, and it has been helpful because not only am I being held accountable, I'm forced to show up when when the situation is less than ideal, when I didn't meet my commitment of the week of what I said I was going to post. And it's been really good to like show up even when I'm less than perfect. And I think all of these things that I have been talking about have been building blocks for me in just taking those next steps. And I feel like me editing less, and don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna edit. Like, it's not like I'm not going to edit anything. For example, my videos that have to do with speech, I love to put research evidence behind that. I went to Columbia University, and a big deal for us was the work that we do, it has to be evidence based, you know, like backed by research. And so for that, clearly I need to edit. And I'm still gonna put like little titles and stuff, but like what I'm promising myself is, like, for example, in this video, I am gonna leave the errors. I am going to leave like all the missteps, the crazy hair before, when my hair looked like crap before. Like, I need to leave those things, not for anyone else but for me. And so yeah, my husband came in and derailed my thoughts, which is okay because we had a fun conversation. But I think what I was saying was that, yeah, like, ultimately what I've been learning so far is that so much of this content journey has to be for you, because if you are creating for the masses, you're not going to be loved by everyone. And you're going to have people that are going to be like, well, why don't you do this instead? But ultimately you need to listen to your gut and understand that it is all a process. Rome wasn't built in a day, and the chances are that neither will your content. And obviously, it also depends on the type of content that you produce and stuff like that, because we also know of many, many people who post one video and boom, they're viral. But it's like, there's also the notion of being an quote unquote overnight success, a 10-year overnight success. And I've heard that a lot more in like business and like Hollywood stuff, but that is the truth. A lot of times, you know, you're working and you might not see immediate success, but the key is not giving up. And in my journey, I've taken so many breaks, mental health breaks. I've had to define boundaries as a mom. Like, I don't show my child anymore because I'm not comfortable with that. I need to take my pill. Hot girls take pill. And yeah, so anyway, I'm excited to post this even if it gets 0 views. And I'm learning to be okay with that. I'm learning that if I post, like I said before, and it meets my metrics, did I show up as myself? Did I produce content that makes sense for me? And if it does, awesome. And whoever vibes with it, vibes with it. So if you are still here, if you made it to the end of the video, I love you. Thank you. Please consider following me, liking, subscribing, and all that other YouTube-y stuff. And I think that's pretty much it. I will catch you on the next one. Bye. I forgot this very important last step, because girl, I'm on day 3 and my hair tends to get greasy, as you can see. So we're just gonna cover it up with my favorite, Hello Kitty, of course. So anyway, like I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube-y stuff. Bye.